今年全球的粮食需求超过了实际的生产数量。世界银行警告，未来粮食价格高涨势必会成为常态，而全球饥饿人口也将会越来越多。我们知道，印度是一个新旧并存的国家，在南边它有最先进的高科技电子产业，但是在北部呢，却拥有最多的贫穷人口，维持着传统农业。前几个礼拜，我们为您介绍了在当地有一位女权斗士席娃创立的9种基金会，透过教育让大家学会尊重土地，还有这一片土地上面的种子。那么，她的教育，她所创立的基金会，改变了印度当地60万小农的生活。世界各国也都有人来到这里学习，从一颗小小的种子看见生命的意义。
So it means that I talk about this moment and the easier.
It's a package from the very ground to the very institutional and political realm, so the course really covers everything.
No, but I'm saying green, dark green leaves, starting again from the corn cob.
From the cob itself?
Yeah!
In most of countries in Africa is that the chemical agriculture take all the place of in our land.
And actually, if you can't go grow organic, eat organic and be happy.
安心的从范达纳施瓦手中接过结业证书，这是在9种基金会种子学院努力的成果。1个月的时间，来自世界各地不同种族的人们聚集一堂，了解种子的大小事。
Since I believe so deeply in the seed, I hope each of you will be a seed of multiplication of all the knowledge you've received and really create this other culture that we so desperately need on this planet, the culture of life rather than the culture of death and destruction.
这片改变60万印度小农耕作方式的土地，正将影响力扩大到全世界。来自意大利的纪录片工作者亚历山大就是这样慕名而来。
Most of them, you know, when I saw Vandana speaking, Dr. Vandana speaking, I was very inspired, you know. I stopped and I, you know, put back and I listen again.
带着自己心爱的脚踏车，亚历山大从罗马飞到了新德里，然后一路骑车到了9种基金会的有机农场，和其他40多个学员一起开始探索种子与生命的课程。起风了，风是田里农作物的月下老人。在风中，雄蕊的花粉传到雌蕊的柱头上，开始孕育种子的过程。
Each of these seed has all the seed have one thing in common, the same mother, but they can have different fathers.
Oh, because each of those strands.
Because you got different pollen coming, so you cannot tell which pollen has fecundated which of these flowers. Okay. Each one can be fecundated. That's why sometimes you see in a landrace where there are differences also in color, you see this cob with grains of different color, because the pollen comes from all over the place. Okay.
大自然有一套自己运作的法则，作物们也在过程中发展自己独特的生命力。
And this is actually, this is amazing plant. It's actually finger millet. This is also called African millet. So it looks like finger. And it survives in very, very drought conditions. And it can also survive in very floody conditions. It's amazing, you know, if there is no rain, then the root goes very, very deep, even meter long, and to find, you know, the nutrition.
牛粪、厨余、田里收割后的粮草都可以搅碎后和土壤混合，接着经过45到50天的发酵熟成，土壤里头的微生物可以将有机物分解，有机肥料就大功告成。
Good, you know, good vermicompost should not, you know, leave there in your hands. You know.
Yes.
If you're doing it, this is the best one.
I thought of soil as a very unalive substance, you know, just filled with minerals and non-living things. I never realized the role microorganisms play in providing the plant nutrition and in creating a good environment for plants.
聪明农耕经验的学员们要将知识落实为行动，人手一把镰刀，迎接丰收。忙了一下午，偷闲喝杯茶，成了学员们最大的享受。
Yeah? So good. My thighs are a little tight from squatting. I'm not used to squatting. I don't squat very much in the United States, but it feels good.
And the sound is awesome also, yeah. Like I think it's very, every sense participates. Like you feel the ground with your feet, and then you listen to the sound, and then all the straws are like touching you everywhere, and then you feel itchy. It's amazing. Like you are very present, you know, to the moment.
身体的劳动会让人更能品尝食物的美味，在种子学院，烹饪和进食也是重要的学习课程。来自澳洲的女孩精英切菜的刀工利落惊人。原来她曾经是个厨师，后来研究所念发展学，所以来到九种基金会实习。没想到竟然有机会重操旧业。
Everything. We wouldn't, in Australia, we wouldn't be sitting outside cutting vegetables. We would be in the kitchen, for example. So it's very relaxed here, which is nice. And the style of food is very different also.
农场里头3餐全来自田里新鲜的蔬菜水果，食物很简单，却有机而营养。
If you think only at how amazing it is, right? You plant a seed and you get something that is going to be food. That's where the food comes from. And most of us are forgetting this, especially when you walk into a store and everything is packed, you know, and you see brands. You don't even know where all these seeds come from.
If I go and I buy a tomato or something, it looks beautiful, but the skin is very thick and it's tasteless. It doesn't taste of anything. Whereas here, it's tasty. It's the food. The tomato tastes like a tomato.
若斯米杰纳是美国大学的跨文化心理学教授，来到九种基金会的有机农场后，他发现范达纳叙纳推广的生态多样性和他所学所教的其实原则相通，种族还有物种都需要多元与包容。
Most important thing that struck me was how it's a holistic way of doing things. So you don't just come to learn organic farming, you come to learn a way of life, a way of living, a way of, it's a new paradigm of how we can live off the land and be sustainable with agriculture, but also how to be with each other in a society.
自耕自食的永续社区生活是九种基金会希望传递给学员的概念。吃饭时喝的花草茶，在农场的药草区都可以找得到。 用完餐洗碗也有学问。这些用来洗碗的有机肥皂，也是从农场里头俗称肥皂树的大树所贡献的。4个星期的朝夕相处，同学也同乐，让来自不同国家的学生们了解彼此，对其他国家农业状况也有更深入的观察。来自非洲小国贝宁的伊斯是 NGO 负责人，他说，非洲的农业危机正亮着红灯。
The situation actually in most of countries in Africa is that the chemical agriculture take all the place of in our land, most of the place, and it's just maybe I could say the last 10 years, 10, 15 years that the organic agriculture begins to grow up in Africa. We need actually to be in link between Africa, I mean West Africa and India on that way about organic agriculture, because it's an important way to take.
种子学院的课程名称叫做 A to Z， 象征包含最草根的农业技巧到国际农业政策以及国际情势。9种基金会播下了种子，已经透过每年数以千计的国际学生扩大影响力。
And not only from the country, but also from the different parts of the world, from Africa, from America, from even from Japan, and also from Europe. So a lot of people have come here. They come here. They study the organic farming here. They study the seed conservation, and then they have started seed saving and organic farming in their respective countries.
离9种基金会有机农场不远的恒河畔，每天傍晚都会举行湿婆神的火攻祭典。印度的出家人索米居唱诵着战胜死亡的咒语，献给印度神话中的湿婆神。人们将鲜花水灯放进恒河中，祈求恒河母亲的净化与护佑。在恒河中央的湿婆神须瓦是印度的3大主神之一，代表毁灭与创造。不过这里指的毁灭与创造是去除所有的无名障碍，才能重新创造一个新的世界和意识。而和湿婆神同名的须瓦，25年来似乎也在经历同样的过程。
Oh, this was a desert. It had eucalyptus trees, and when the eucalyptus was cut and they sold us the land was sand. If you picked it up, it was really like this, If you picked it up, it just went through your fingers. It didn't hold.
有机农场是范达纳须瓦重要的起点，也提供一个国际教育及交流平台。很难想象，如今绿意盎然、颇具规模的农场，当年所有人都不看好。
So the soil was so bad that the water couldn't stand here for even for a few minutes. Now you can see how green it is. Even in the month of in the summers, you will see it green. So it happened only because of the organic farming. And actually, when we started here farming, our neighboring farmers were not really convinced. They said, okay, no, it's not possible to do any kind of farming here. So what are you talking about? Organic.
关关难过关关过，和湿婆神同名的施瓦带领9种基金会破除一个又一个的障碍。他也秉持科学家精神，针对有机农耕进行研究。农场里头的实验室和刚出版的种子报告，都记录着25年来实作的轨迹。
And I am doing work on insect diversity and insects' roles on crops, like they are pests, they are predators. Some insects are good for crops and some are bad for crops. And then we introduce to farmers about local insects.
While we work very intimately with farmers at the grassroots, partly because I'm a scientist, but also because I know we are being attacked in the name of science, we do a lot of scientific research and we do a lot of documentation of what really is happening.
一直到现在，纵使已经有不少省份承诺有机农耕，但对小农不利的政策依旧是最大的挑战。
Actually, one thing, they should stop subsidizing the chemical farming. Once they stop subsidizing chemical farming, I can tell you that the entire India will become organic.
9种基金会在首都德里的有机商店里络绎不绝的人潮，代表小农们的有机耕作以及农作物已经受到肯定。
Many of these things are not available anywhere else, and most things are not available as organic. So, for example, look at these kidney beans. The different colors. There's only a red kidney bean in the market, but because we save seeds, we have all the different colors of kidney beans, and the white. Yeah. So we bring diversity from the farm to people's plate.
施瓦还巧遇了10年前曾经到农场上过课的日本学生杨子，我们也当场见证了9种基金会的全球影响力。
And I also attended that course for 1 week.
So, I mean, this is such a good evidence of the other globalization. There's a globalization of GMOs, poison, chemical, greed, and there's the globalization of organic and...
Yes, and the world is very small now. I'm going to open the shop.
Yeah. So it has been many, many, many obstacles. But I think when you do things with the right intention and you do things with the right dedication and service, then the obstacles go and the path gets cleared.
面对迫切的粮食危机，不止人口众多的印度觉得很着急，手上几乎是没有粮食自主权的台湾也应该要做好准备。稍后回来，我们就要继续带您回头来看一看台湾的农场。